Hello everyone, we are live from Daytona International Speedway. It's time for the Firecracker 50, the second Daytona event that's being held this season. So, it's going to be another 20 laps, but this time under the lights instead of under the Daytona sun. And now let's take a look through your starting lineup. On pole, it's a pole position racing sweep, with Nelson Reeves' number 15 Visine Toyota Camry pipping his teammate Leland Hill's 35 NTD Data Toyota Camry for pole position. In row 2, we see another Toyota in Anderson Reed next to Tari Lowell, her highest start this season. In row 3, we see the 65 of Adrian Rojas in his self-owned entry and the 58 of Bailey Pendergast. Row 4 is Arthur Xavier and Devin Fair, Rock Car Racing teammates. And rounding out the top 10 is the 7 of Logan Williams in a shock top 10 run for him, and the 34 of Ryan Keith, Indianapolis winner. Row 6 is a pair of Toyotas in Azul Cielo and Rafiq Razana. Row 7 is the 60 of Abel DeGroat and the 17 of Josh King. Row 8 sees Jackson Kelsey and Blake Kanaki, and row 9 is the 84 of Rose Neal alongside the 75 of Tommy Rollo. Rounding out the top 20, we see BOSC debutant Holly Ocho in the second Rose Motorsports entry, and Nonigan Scott. Row 11 is the 25 of Riley Wilkin and the 70 of Kevin Hulkenberg. Row 12 sees a pair of Toyotas in Nijika Exami and Ryan Benjamin making his first start in a while. Row 13 is the 68 of Neo Stark making his BOC debut and the 55 of Zachary DeLello. Row 14 is Theo Splutzer and Derek Hamill, the points leader. And rounding out the top 30 is the 3 of Patrick Starr with the 13 of Felix Jansen. Row 16 is Noah Clifton and John McFadden. Row 17 is a pair of John McFadden racing teammates in the 66 of Wide Quali and the 99 of Tim Pitch. Row 18 is last week's winner Chrissy Splutzer alongside fellow Toyota Evan Hunter. Then it's Ryan Llewellyn in the 45 and Renan Isip in the 36. Rounding out the top 20 is John Davis and Adam Mitchell. And rounding out the field is the 85 of Vincent David, two-time winner so far this season, next to the 50 of Seishin Tomioka. So we are ready. It's going to be, like we said, 20 laps under the lights. Anything can happen here at Daytona, proved by Roland Holzer's win in the Daytona 50 at the start of the season. And another thing proven is that we can run this race all green.
Start your engines!
As no cautions came up in the Daytona 50, but Daytona has historically been known for wreckfest, especially in this race last season. And this race in particular saw Riley Wilkin win when Brian Scott Jr. came down pit road under the caution on the final lap, coming to the checkers actually. So this race has definitely been shown that it can get very chaotic. So let's see what happens tonight. It'll be Toyota 1, 2, 3. Then Mercedes and Toyota in the top 5. 4 of the top 5 cars are Toyotas. As it looks like no issues, all 42 cars are going to be able to see the green flag. So they head into the tri-oval. Pace car is going to duck down onto pit lane. We are getting ready here for 20 laps. And Nelson Reeves and Leland Hill see the green flag from Daytona. As everyone's slow, Josh King you see dropping down onto the inside. The inside is the preferred line through 1 and 2. As Leland Hill looks like that he had a bit of a run heading into turn 1 and 2. But it looks like that the momentum's just going to barely swing back to his teammate Reeves. Nelson Reeves leads as they head onto the back straight, able to groat, forcing Azul Cielo 3 wide there. Jackson Kelsey going with him. Leland Hill actually got a good push there from Tari Lowell down the back straight. As Keith is already forced 3 wide, you see there with his teammate Razana. Reeves trying to hold the lead over teammate Hill. As they head off of turn 4, who's going to lead the first lap as they are going very tight 3 wide there. You see Cielo, Williams, and Keith. It's going to be Nelson Reeves leading lap 1. As everyone is kept it clean through lap 1. Reeves and Hill continue to duke it out. Cielo and King must be really uncomfortable in that 3 wide situation right there. As they head onto the back straight. Reeves maintaining the lead as there's all sorts of jostling going on further back. Hill once again getting a good push from Lowell down the straight, but it's Reeves with the advantage through the corner as you see Devin Fairs moving up onto that outside line with the two Wolf Racing cars. And Azul Cielo still trying to muscle his way, you see in the middle there, that 37. So it looks like that Reeves now clears Hill for the lead. He's now going to have Anderson Reed behind him. As look at Reed, he's going to step out. Anderson Reed going for the race lead here. He's going to have help from his teammate, Adrian Rojas. And Anderson Reed goes to the race lead. Reed going to be leading his first BOSC laps. But he's going to have Adrian Rojas right behind him, looking to pick up a big win for that part-time 65 car. They're going 3 wide for the back. Look at who some of the names up here. Rose Neal in that 84 you see there. She started just inside the top 20, and she's up here as here comes Adrian Rojas for the race lead. And it will be Rojas to the point. Arthur Xavier trailing in second and Logan Williams third, as they are all squeezing together here. That's Cielo, DeGroat, and Reeves. As Xavier's gonna throw a pretty aggressive block. Rojas moved down, Xavier moved down so then Logan Williams couldn't get by him. And speaking of which, here comes the subway number 7, Logan Williams trying to pick up what would certainly be a shock win, as he's gonna go for the lead here on Adrian Rojas. And heading into the trioval with a push from Abel DeGroat, Logan Williams goes to the race lead. I imagine some drivers are not going to be very comfortable with the pack racing that we currently see with this 3 wide, as Abel DeGroat is going to be coming for the race lead now with help from Jackson Kelsey and Rose Neal. DeGroat to the point now, but Kelsey is right there. The 60 going to block the 19. Logan Williams got a bit of a push and there's contact. Neil, King, many others. And coming back to the line, Abel DeGroat currently holds the lead. Will anyone be able to challenge the 60? Coming to the caution, Cielo with a run, but it's not going to be enough. Abel DeGroat's going to lead them back to the line. And that is going to take out quite a few cars. See, there's Vincent David, John Davis, Lowell with damage, Neil, such a great run for that 84 is going to go up in smoke. A bunch of cars involved. So what happened here to bring out the first caution? It looks like that it was the big one striking. First caution since the second Chicagoland event. And let's see what happened here with, I'm going to look at from the point of view of the 84 of Rose Neal. So Rolo got together with, looked like Rosanna, and then everyone just kind of piled in. Hard hits there in the rear. Oh my. Well, one car going flipping, I believe that's Zachary DeLello. Yeah, the 55 going on a tumble. So DeLello was just minding his own business back here. And then he just came in a bit too hot, and oh, Tomioka came in really hot into Wyatt quali. So let's watch on board with the 55. So you see the smoke, then DeLello coming in a bit too hot, clips Clifton, and then that 50 just comes in and absolutely rocks the 16, which sends him into the 55. DeLello going for quite the tumble. Let's watch from onboard Rose Neal. You see she just got turned and sent around. Managed to keep it straight, but the engine damage is just too much. So you see more contact there. A lot of cars involved in this. Fortunately, her teammate, you see there, the 83 of Holly Ocho, made it through. See Stark there with damage, Star, Pendergast, Wilkin, last year's winner of this event, Llewellyn, Lowell, McFadden, Davis, David, ton of cars involved. So we're going to bring you back to the green flag action here from Daytona. So we are back here, lap number 9, and that was a massive crash. As you can see, only 25 cars remain in the race, so 17 were taken out in that. Tari Lowell, Evan Hunter, Rose Neal, Devin Fair, Josh King, Ryan Keith, Arthur Xavier, Anderson Reed, John McFadden, Noah Clifton, Zachary DeLilla White, Quali John Davis, Vincent David, Tim Pitch, Adam Mitchell, and Seishin Tomioka are all out after that incident. As it's going to be definitely an interesting interesting second half, as we're just approaching the halfway point, as we're going to head back green. Abel DeGroat, Azul Cielo, Jackson Kelsey, Logan Williams, and Adrian Rojas are your top 5. Then Tommy Rollo looking for his best finish since probably Chicagoland, the second Chicagoland event. Nonigan Scott, Rafiq Razana, Najika Kazami, her first top 10 in a while, and Derek Hamill, who's fought his way up from 28th, are currently rounding out the top 10. If Scott's wants his to close in on that 07 of Hamill, this is not what Scott wants. He wants to be up here, but he cannot afford for Hamill to also be up here. But those guys are currently mired further back in the top 10 as the pace car's off. It's going to be Abel DeGroat leading them to green. Green flag is out here from Daytona. And it's DeGroat who definitely got the jump on Cielo. As everyone's getting back up to speed, Logan Williams has already moved down to the inside. Cielo's going to look to maybe block the 7 and maybe get a bit of a push. So you see Nonigan Scott's already also dropped down to the inside. Williams looks like he's going to have the run on Cielo. Can he make a move for second? As it looks like Rojas is going to make the move on Williams, Kelsey, Razana, Kazami all dropping down to that inside as DeGroat holding the lead. 3 wide for second. And it's going to be Adrian Rojas to second and possibly the 65 to the lead. Heading into the tri-oval, he's not going to have any drafting help, but the run that the 65 got, he actually is going to be credited with the lap led. This small pack forming. Rojas now has help from Razana as Kelsey gets put in the middle. Here comes Rollo and Kazami into the picture. Hamill's just a bit further out. This is very close quarters racing. This may not be what this lead pack wants, as they're all jostling about. Rojas and DeGroat find themselves side by side, as Logan Williams trying to lead that outside, but he has no help aside from Azul Cielo. Rojas now trying to maintain this lead, but he has Rafiq Razana, Tommy Rollo, and Najika Kazami all behind him. Coming to 9 laps to go. Adrian Rojas, your race leader. But Rafiq Razana right behind. Razana is going to step out and try to make a move. And heading through 1 and 2. Can Razana get the run? He will. Rafiq Razana to the race lead. He took the pole for the Daytona 50 and led a few laps. He would not be the winner though. That was Roland Holzer. Razana trying to make up here in the Firecracker 50. Can the 9 car win? Tommy Rollo, he's looking for his first win since season 1. Rollo now to the inside of Razana. Razana able to hold the lead, but that 75 is coming. Tommy Rollo trying to pick up Mazda's first ever win in the BOSC. DeGroat moving down in contact. Rojas around. The caution is going to come out, but it's going to be a drag race back to the line. Ignore the damage on some of these cars. That's just a rendering glitch with NR. So, coming to the line, Razana is ahead of Rollo, and it looks like that it's going to stay that way unless Rollo can get a run through 3 and 4. And coming off of turn 4, Rolo looks well too far back. And Rafik Razana is going to lead them back to the yellow. And that is going to be big implications early in this race, as that was Adrian Rojas, one of the lead cars. That's why I said the close quarters racing was not good, and oh boy, this looks like this was a big crash. So DeGroat and Kelsey made contact. That sent Rojas around into the wall. DeGroat, Logan Williams looks like may have gotten a piece of it. Then, came right back down into the pack. Renan Isip got a huge piece of it. So did Adrian Rojas. Patrick Starr flew in there. You see Pendergast, Isip, last week's winner, Chrissy Spletzer involved. So we're going to ride on board Patrick Starr, who clobbered that 65. So they're all running in this pack. You see there's Holly Ocho, Renan Isip, and then Isip is the first one, but Starr's the one who sends him over. That was a massive hit. So then you saw Renan Isip and Pendergast also flipped. So let's go on board with Renan Isip, who is the first car to hit the 36. The 65. You see there's the spin. Then the 65 just came back down the track and oh my. Then got hit from behind and went over. Hope everyone is okay. That was some massive hits. Pendergast ends on his lid. So the second caution here is quite the big incident for Adrian Rojas and Renan Isip, and even more cars are going to be out after this. We'll come back to the action from Daytona. So lap 17, the remaining drivers, only 15. Theo Spletzer had a fuel leak, so he's down there. But DeGroat, Wilkin, Williams, Ocho, Rojas, Pendergast, Reeves, Isip, Starr, all out of this race. So the 15 cars left to duke it out with 4 laps are Rafik Razana, Tommy Rolo, Najika Kazami, Felix Jansen, Kevin Hulkenberg, Nonigan Scott, Jackson Kelsey, Ryan Benjamin, Azul Cielo, Blake Inaki, Darren Campbell, BOC debutant Neo Stark, Leland Hill, who started on outside pole, Ryan Llewellyn, and Chrissy Spletzer. Theo Spletzer is still on pit road trying to fix that fuel leak on the 54. So they head down the back straight. It's going to be 4 laps to determine who wins the Firecracker 50. Race looked a lot like Indy too, except with the number of finishers we're likely to have, except it was 2 big incidents, not just one. We're hoping that all drivers involved in those crashes are okay. DeLello, you saw, took a tumble in the first incident. Then Rojas, Isip, and Pendergast all took tumbles in the second incident. Looking a lot like last year's Firecracker 50, which had a lot of airborne crashes as well. But as we head into the tri-oval, we're likely to see the green for the final time here. Pace car pulls in, and we're going to see the green here. Just like at the start of the season, Rafik Razana leads them to green here at Daytona. But the question is, can he hold on? Already a few cars up to the outside, Scott, Cielo, and Stark. But everyone else keeping it on the inside. Razana leads them into turn 1. Rolo did not look like he got a good getaway. Here comes Kazami. Kazami's going to look underneath Rolo. Najika Kazami looking for her 3rd win on the season, but it would be her first with Ryan Racing. Here comes Felix Jansen. Felix Jansen and Kevin Hulkenberg to push the 26. But it is Razana who's jumped out to the lead. Question is, can he hang on? We're coming to 2 laps to go. Ken, Kazami, catch Rizana. 2 laps to go here from Daytona. This lead pack is leaving everyone else behind. It's about 11 or so cars. Rizana leads it. Felix Jansen now looks like he's going to become the second car. Look at Jackson Kelsey on the inside there with help from Nottingham Scott and Ryan Benjamin. Can they move up to the front? Rizana is going to be easily able to block Felix Jansen. Jansen's still well too far back to make a move. Jansen looks like he's going to migrate possibly up to the outside. Kevin Hulkenberg could fancy a move for second. Rizana's looking to take if he wins, he could take the lead in the Rookie of the Year standings. White flag is in the air, and it's for Rafik Rizana. Ken, the 9, hold on. It looks like that Jansen and Hulkenberg are too far back to make a move through 1 and 2. Hulkenberg now looks like he's trying to close up on the 9. Can he get a nose under the 9? He will. Kevin Hulkenberg looking for his first win since Calder Park in Season 1. Contact as Kelsey and Rollo nearly go around. The 9 now able to block the 70 down the back straight, but Hulkenberg's going to have some help from Kazami. He goes low. Rizana can't block. Coming to the line, Hulkenberg with the run, and Kevin Hulkenberg steals the Firecracker 50 here at Daytona from Rafik Rizana. What a finish there. Kevin Hulkenberg got the push from Najika Kazami, and that allowed him to take the Firecracker 50 by only 0.02 seconds over Malaysian Rafik Rizana. So as we look through your full results, Hulkenberg wins, Rizana second, Najika Kazami third, her best finish in a long time. Then it's Felix Jansen, Jackson Kelsey, Tommy Rollo, Nottingham Scott, Azul Cielo, Derek Hemmel, Ryan Benjamin, Blake Ganaki, Neo Stark, Leland Hill, Chrissy Swetzer, Ryan Llewellyn, the last finishing car. Then De Groot, Wilkin, Williams, Ocho, Rojas, Pendergast, Reeves, Isip, Stars, Theo Spletzer, Lowell, Hunter, Neal, Fair, King, Keith, Xavier, Reed, McFadden, Clifton, DeLello, Quali, Davis, Pitch, Mitchell, and Tomioka all did not finish. That has been all from the Daytona International Speedway. We will see you next weekend for the where we'll be live from the Canadian Tire Motorsport or Most Sport oval layout. Until then, this has been Ash Jacobson, and we'll see you next time.